Alright guys, so it is Halloween. So instead of rolling yards and being a delinquent like I used to, I'll be throwing rocks at kids that come and ring the doorbell from the balcony. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so I've had a couple people asking about like an overview for the bike and like what I've done with it and everything like that. So to the best of my abilities, I will try to go over everything that I have done to the bike. I've had this bike for about 3 or 4 years, so I may not remember every little thing that I've done to it, but I will try to go over all of like the major things and everything like that. So ignore the dirty garage for now. Got a lot going on out here, but so the first thing, as you can see, the seat pan and the Springer seat that is on it. This is a kit that came from Bobbercycle. As you can see right there, there is a BC emblem that is riveted onto the actual pan. But I just thought that was like the best looking way to go, especially since I'm not making this a rigid or anything like that. You can still see the monoshock that's under there and everything. These are shorter springs that are on it. I just recently changed those out to 2-inch springs instead of the original like 4-inch springs that came on it. But other than that, this is the seat that I chose. It's the low profile. It's not like the fat one that they sell on their website and everything like that, but you can either get it in the thick foam or the thin foam. I just thought the thin foam would look better since this is already such a small bike. But the seat pan does come with the pan to mount everything to, and then it also comes with this back bracket plate, because as you can see right there, that is where I chopped the fender frame in order to mount this seat and expose the rear tire. I also have this red, I think it's a Bike Master chain. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But everything like rims, drum for the brake, everything like that has been powder coated. It was chromed, but this bike, before I got it, had been sitting outside, so a lot of the chrome was rusted around the rivets and everything like that. So that has been changed on this, and the front tire as well. On the brake caliper, it's just the standard brake caliper that is on there. I did paint them red. I don't know if you can see that. You might can see that from the other side a little better. But they are painted red. I don't know if you can see it. I don't get in there and wash too much. But the Honda emblem that was on here originally was very, very damn crusty, and I didn't really want to polish it and reuse it, so I just ordered this sticker to fit in the place there. Plus, some of the chrome has started to bubble and flake off behind the emblem. You can't really see it in the video here, but if you rub your finger across right here, it's very, very rough. But the sticker hides most of that. Also, the fork seals and anything like that were busted out of it. I've replaced those and all that and put new dust seals on it. So, that is new. Headlight, stock. Tachometer, stock. All the wires and everything like that are stock as well, especially this little slinky thing. This is something new that I've added recently. We went to Sturgis and I seen these at one of the shops that we stopped into. I don't know if this was the purpose that it was meant for, but that's exactly what I thought it would look good on whenever I saw them. So I decided to go to Hobby Lobby and make those. Another thing that I've changed out the master cylinder, brake reservoir and everything like that. So that is why when you look at the front of my bike, you see the chrome on this side and then the brushed aluminum on that side, or nickel, whatever it is. I don't really have a need to change this, but I had to change this because there was a small leak in the piston on the old master cylinder. So I swapped that out. It was like 20 bucks, so it wasn't very expensive and everything like that, but you can actually see inside of the window for the actual brake fluid and everything like that. These I just made. They look good, I think, from afar, but if you actually come up and pull them off of this, you will see that it's kind of ghetto-ly done. They're just Velcroed you know, Yingling bottle caps that I stuck a little piece of Velcro tape to the top nut of the fork, so those can, you know, be held down like that, and the wind doesn't really bother them too much, and they don't move, so those are holding on pretty good. Another thing that I've changed out the gas tank. I've changed out all of the cover plates that are on it, just because the bike in the original condition that I bought it in was absolute trash. I'll try to find an old picture of it before I redid it and everything like that and show you. But the gas tank is obviously a peanut gas tank, and the gas cap, that is not the original gas cap, that is just a gas cap that I bought off of Amazon, but I thought it looked good on the bike, so I went with that. Also, most people ask me whenever they see this, they asked if it is an Indian. It is not an Indian, I just like Indians. So I put a lot of Indian touches on my bikes and everything like that. As you can tell, that is just a sticker decal. They don't make that sticker anymore, so I'm gonna be, you know, kind of sad whenever they start to peel off and I have to get a new sticker to put on it. I have changed out the breather box and everything like that and exposed the carburetor that is on this. I did rejet the carb because I had a couple of problems with it whenever I originally switched to this, but that has been solved. But I will put the jets and shims and everything like that I used in the description below. I just have to remember to go back and find them. Also, the pipes. The pipes are original. All I did was cut the muffler off. I have left the heat shield on them just because it is such a small diameter pipe. I didn't want to wrap that and make it look, you know, smaller than what it actually is. But as you can see over here, tips are fatter than the actual pipe itself, so it does have a good bit of weld inside there, but they're held on pretty tight. They are wrapped just because I didn't want to spend $350 on a pipe set. I know that's not bad, but I'm rather cheap when it comes to doing things, and honestly, I think the black wrap looks pretty good on it. Another thing I've changed out are the pegs. So originally I had the original pegs on it, but I was, you know, riding on a dirt road one day and took a turn too hard, slipped it over, and then I bent the original bolt that goes through there. So I had to replace it, so I was like, I might as well change out the pegs too. Haven't changed out like the brake pedal or the original shifter linkage or anything like that. But I've cleaned up the engine and everything like that a lot. Also the choke and everything like that, that originally went over onto the other side where the, I guess you would call it horn cover, but it bracketed up here where I have this chain that I have made out of old nails that I found. I made these to screw into the bracket that originally held the horn cover, so that is on there. Next thing is the coolant reservoir. Obviously is the Jack Daniels bottle that is over here on the side that originally was under here on the bike. So I rerouted that, brung all the cables up here and everything like that. So next thing we have is the inline fuel filter, because I do not have a vacuum on this anymore because I went to a single wire on the handlebars, just so I didn't have to have the two wires coming out of here and all of that. So I do have an inline fuel filter, so that snaps back and closes. My fuel filter just makes sure, you know, my gas stays fresh and filtered. Also, one thing I hate about this peanut tank is if you look right here, okay, the petcock is right here, okay, the tank goes all the way back to down here. So all of this gas that goes back in this little area right here does not reach the petcock, okay? So my mileage is already crap, so that makes it even more crap. What I did up here to clean up some of this, if you have a shadow, you know what I mean. When all you have is this and a peanut tank, you kind of see up in here and see all the wire bags and everything like that. So I just got some flex tape and put it on there. And honestly, from afar, you never notice it and it blends right in. Next thing is for the ignition switch. I don't have any controls on the handlebar, so when you flip the ignition switch, then my starter to start the bike is right here. Okay, up on the neck of this, it's just a push button and you push it to start it. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've done. Obviously, I've changed out the handlebars. These are just 10-inch narrow Z-bars. I believe they're LA choppers, 1-inch, I believe. And I've never changed out the risers or anything like that. I pretty much bought this bike to kind of learn how to ride on, and then I started researching it and I found out that, you know, you can chop and bob these things. So that is what I decided to do. Next thing is I got the license plate. Obviously that has you know, been rerouted because I do not have a rear fender anymore. But this one I just think gave enough light and kind of stuck off of the side over here and didn't make the bike look, you know, super fat. So I liked it. I believe I bought this from Barber Cycle as well. So they threw in this little you know, angel bell when I bought it and everything like that. And also the cool thing about this mount is it has a little place to actually put one of those. Probably the reason that they threw it in there to begin with. Anything else? Trying to think. I think other than that, that's all that I have done to it. I like to run a bandana on the front just because, you know, sick. But, yeah, other than that, I mean, I really do need to change out the shifter, you know, linkage. But the only way to do that on these is to actually cut this off and then drill a new hole and then put a new one on. I can get ones that match the pegs, but I really don't want to fool with that. But I have it turned like this right now, but if we switch it around, you can see that it's getting pretty gnarled up on there. But having it switched like this gives me peace of mind that when I look down on it whenever I'm riding, that it doesn't look like doo-doo garbage, right? Oh, trying to think anything else. Oh, I don't have any turn signals on the bike whatsoever. So that gives it, you know, a little bit more of a cleaner look, but just, yeah, that's about all I've done to it. Not much, kind of a bunch of tedious work. You spend more time waiting on parts and everything like that than you do actually putting it all together and everything. But yes, also it has white wall tires on it, as you can tell. That's not really a, you know, modification. That's just a preference that you can throw on there. But that is everything that I have done to it. Hopefully this helps anyone that wants to do their own. And if you are doing your own and you have any questions on what to do or where to order from or anything like that, or how to do something, just, you know, drop a comment and I will do my best to get back with you and try to make your process as easy as possible on explaining how to do it and everything like that.